What's up, guys? It's DoubleWinning, and today I wanted to talk about my job, actually. I know a lot of you guys have been curious about it, so I figured Lego Marvel would be a fitting game for it. However, there are some cutscenes in this, so I'll have a little button on the screen so you can skip the cutscenes, because I'm going to try not to talk through them.
Sorry, surfer dude. You're headed for a wipeout.
Iron Man. I'm reading an incoming ship. Watch out! It's about to open fire! Whoa! Tony, are you all right?
Ow, ow, and more ow.
With these cosmic bricks, the world will be mine to rule. But first, I should probably prevent it from being destroyed.
This would have been much easier had you captured the board intact rather than blasting it to pieces.
The Avengers showed up. They know how to ruin every good evil plan.
Your plan is still fantastic.
A poor choice of words, God of Mischief. I prefer to think of it as spectacular, maybe stupendous. I've hired every villain, bad guy, and dark minion I could find to help assemble Dr. Doom's Doom Ray of Doom.
Sort of a mouthful, but all right. Speaking of that...
Silence! Now we must track down more of these cosmic bricks to build my weapon.
As you command, oh most doomful one.
All right! I let these bigwigs go once you bring me some of those... cosmic bricks!
Why didn't they make me the supervisor here? That guy's got sand for brains.
Holding Grand Central hostage at rush hour? Now that's criminal. Hulk, you have to remember to look before you leap. I know, bad guys. The SHIELD folks think we need to formulate a careful plan using... Or we just smash our way in. Good plan.
Welcome back to New York, gentlemen.
Look at this mess. Didn't we just clean up this city?
So I work at Bricks and Minifigs in Beaverton, Oregon. I'm a manager, I'm a sales specialist, and I'm also head of their social media. Basically what that means is like my daily duties, I have, there are like 6 people or so that work there, including myself, and so there's a lot of younger kids that work there too. Well, there's a couple younger kids that work there. I mean, you only have 6 people, it's like not a lot of people, and I'm not particularly that old. I know I look like a old geezer, but no, so basically, I help train them and help kind of manage making sure what the owner needs to get done. I'm making sure that those things are getting done, and all the while like maintaining good relationships with our customers, and doing sales, making sure we're moving the product we want to move, making sure that we're finding the right things that our customers need, and making sure that we're putting things at prices that are not only competitive, but that make people happy while still making our company money, of course. If you don't really understand what my job is, like what the company is. It's basically a buy, sell, trade Lego store, which is why I felt like this game was very fitting, because not only do I love superheroes, and I do also happen to be a fan of Lego. Not a huge fan, you know. If my boss catches me saying that, no, she knew I wasn't a huge fan of Lego when she hired me, but I have so many other spectacular qualities that have made up for it. But definitely working there has given me a sudden appreciation for Lego. In fact, like if you give me a second here, I can actually show you guys some pretty cool stuff I have that I've gotten since working there. Okay, so some things that I've gotten this Deathstroke minifigure, which you guys can take a look. I'll move it nice and close there. It's not really going to focus on it because it's just a webcam. One of these days, you know, when my YouTube channel is doing a little bit better, I'll actually be able to invest in an actual camera, and then I can do like vlogs, and I can get like artsy shots, and I can like do activities and games and skits and stuff that aren't just me talking to a camera while I play some video games, and that'll be dope. But yeah, Deathstroke is actually my favorite villain in like the superhero theme. You can get this guy in a Batman set right now. It's like a $30 set, except for you can get the figure from our store for like 12 bucks. So that's kind of a big part of the market in our store, is that if you only like to collect the figures, or like you only want the sets, or like you need like just the Lego bricks, or you need like the specialty pieces like lightsabers and stuff like that, you can go to our store and you can get those things. For example, like if there's like a set that goes for like $200 and you want one of the figures out of it, you can buy that figure for like $20 or $30 instead of having to spend like the $200 on the set. You know, or if it's like a $20 set, you can get that figure for like $8 or $10. Just, you know, sometimes it's a better deal than others, but really it just comes down to like, if you don't care about the set, which I don't have any actual like Lego sets, I only like the minifigures. And so like it's also a really good place to get like really hard to find minifigures, kind of like this one. So if you guys don't know who this is, it's not a super like detailed minifigure. It's really like it's his name is Starkiller.
I think I'll give you a hand! Or two!
It's like yeah, Galen Merrick, but he's from the Force Unleashed games, and I've always loved his character, mainly because, like, one, I thought he was really cool, and I liked that he kind of had like the backwards. He used lightsabers by holding it backwards, so I actually made him hold it backwards. But the actor who plays him, or like that they made the design off of, is actually like an actor I really enjoy. His name is Sam Witwer. He's been in things like Being Human. He also voices Darth Maul and Darth Sidious in the Clone Wars cartoons. And he's just like a super cool dude. You guys can follow him on Twitch or on Twitter and stuff like that. And he actually streams a fair bit on Twitch, and it's really enjoyable. He's a super down-to-earth guy. He's a nerd, and he's like a great actor. And like Being Human, one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Super awesome. And so this figure, to buy the set that this figure comes in right now, costs over $200, and I managed to get this figure, factoring in my employee discount. I think I got this figure for about 15 bucks, and pretty awesome. I love it. Like, I have it all on my little windowsill, which one of these days I'll show you guys, because there's a lot of stuff on my windowsill, and they all have different meanings. And maybe I'll maybe each video, or maybe every so often, I'll sprinkle in a little bit more of some backstory behind the stuff that's on my windowsill, because I feel like you guys might appreciate it, because there's at least 10 stories worth of, no, actually, no, I mean, there's like 30 stories worth of stuff, but there's at least 10 different things, 10 different really structured meanings, anything from, you know, family members to old hobbies to, you know, ex-girlfriends to childhood shenanigans to lots of fun stuff. So I got a lot of stories there. Another one I have is actually this one's kind of funny. So this one is actually my you really can't see it because it won't focus, but maybe if I like do this, I like poke at it and then I go well, it's not, oh there we go. Okay, so it says bricks and minifigs, and it's actually a bricks and minifigs customized minifigure, and it's pretty funny because the face on it is like it's got like facial hair, you know, but he has kind of a sour expression, not like sour, just like kind of displeased. And so when I picked that one, my boss was like, "Why'd you pick the one that doesn't look like he's happy to be working?" And I was just like, and she's just like, "Ha ha ha!" And I was like, I mean, it is kind of funny, but yeah, so it's pretty cool. Just like a little, little token that I got from working there, and I enjoy it. And if you saw, he had the little hood on his back. That actually comes from this next thing I'm going to show you, which is a combination of one. I'm not a very creative person. Creating and editing videos and recording like my commentary and stuff like that is the most creative thing I do in my life. Like when it comes to like real artistic expression, I guess that's a terrible thing to say because some people really do make art when they make like their videos and stuff like that.
So much for taking the subway down to the Bugle. Guess I'll just have to fight my way through it.
Whoa! Thanks for swinging by, Spider-Man.
You Avenger guys are really great at making a mess.
Hey! I just replaced that!
I always knew there was a real buzz around your name, Tony, but this is taking things a little too far.
A Tron bike, and it looks pretty cool. I think it looks like pretty awesome. I happen to really enjoy it, and riding the Tron bike is actually the Green Lantern, who is my favorite superhero. And you can see, that minifigure of me has his little hood on there. It doesn't really fit if you actually put the hood on, and then you can see I have his blonde hair, and I have his legs. You have to he doesn't actually have legs. It's a brick to make it look like he's actually leaning down on the bike. I've been meaning to replace that black piece for a green piece for the legs, but I figured for now it works. And then here's like his bow, But yeah, so those are all the Legos I own right now. And they just hang out on my windowsill, and I thought they were pretty cool. And I know some of you guys have seen, like in my old streams, I think the Green Arrow was the first minifigure I bought there, and I showed him on one of my streams one time, and some of you guys got a kick out of that. So I thought I'd show you guys the rest of the ones I had. And they're kind of cool. I know it's pretty nerdy, and sometimes when I have people over, they'll be like, "Why do you have?" I mean, if you guys see my windowsill, it's like, "You're a nerd, and nobody likes you." But yeah. So basically, like my story for working there was. I got my job there when I really needed it because I was living with, Kenny Boy. If you guys have watched my streams or even some old videos, I played some games with him, and I was living with his family, and I didn't have a job, and like I had this one job which gave me like 6 hours a week or something like that, and it was like nothing. It was like just enough to pay for food. If that, they were also incredibly kind with the resources that they provided me. But I got the job there, and it was minimum wage, and I was only working like 15, 20 hours a week, and I was balancing both jobs, so I was managing to get, 25 hours a week. It was fine. But minimum wage, 25 hours a week is not enough to live on, certainly not like without assistance. And so I worked my butt off, and my boss noticed, I was already doing amazing in sales right off the bat. My customer service skills are great. I mean, I worked at Capital One for like 2 years, and that's nothing but speaking on the phone to people who are in a bad mood. And so essentially, it's like it kind of trained me to be able to do good customer service, And so I did really, really well. And I got the job right after my interview. Like they didn't even bring me in for a second interview, which is funny because I've done interviews for other employees that we've had now. Like I've ran the interviews, and it was like it's so much harder now. Like we do like we'll always do like a second interview. We like have tons of questions. We have like these little tests that we do. It's like lots of things. When in reality, like they needed me so bad when they hired me that was pretty good, because there's this thing they do in the interview where they'll actually give you like a bunch of Lego bricks, and they'll give you like a minute and a half, and they'll just say just build something. And really it's just kind of like a stress test, just to be like, if you don't even know what Legos are, you know, then you wouldn't be able to build anything. Like, and if they would have done that for me, I would have been like, I don't know, here's like a tower, like, because I'm not creative with Legos at all. So it would have been pretty funny, but they didn't do that for me. So I always kind of joke with her, saying like, you know, if you would have done that for me, I don't know if you would have hired me. But anyway, so like I did so well. I kicked ass, and I ended up getting a pretty nice raise. Got my promotion, became manager, got started with the head of social media, which you guys can see on the Facebook page. That's primarily what I run. Some of it's stuff my boss puts up as well, but most of it's me. And that actually job is going to be expanding this summer, because we're going to be running day camps, and we're going to be running events like pretty much every day. And if you guys actually check the page right now, I just posted like a little May the 4th be with you, a little promotional thing for our store, which is kind of cool. But I don't know, I really enjoy my job. I get to work with kids, I get to do sales, I get to really I have some regulars that come into my store that just make my day. Like, I've made friends from this work, from my job. You know, I really feel like I've like made people happy, and like I don't hate going to work, which is like sounds silly, but like there are some people and I've worked places. I mean, I worked at Panda Express for about 3 weeks, and I hated every day of it. Like I hated every day going in, to the point where I was literally like, I can't do this anymore. And I was like, I can't work at a fast food place. Like, what? And I thought I was just like this little like spoiled kid. And then I realized, like, I mean, maybe I was, you know, like because I also didn't have to work there. I was like just working there because I wanted some extra money. And you'd be surprised what kind of motivation needing money versus wanting money is to the ability to hold the job. But the only downside, you know, is that I generally work full days, and so that means I leave my house at 9 a.m. and then I get back at 9 p.m. essentially. Like, give or take. I leave like 9 now. It was worse at my old place when I was living with my old friend. I had to leave my house at about 8:30, and I would get back at about 10 o'clock. So that was terrible. It was so bad. Now I can leave my house around 9:05, and I can get back anywhere between like 8:35 and 9. And 10 of those, like, with about 10 hours and 20 minutes of that is me actually working at the job, you know, with an hour lunch. And so it's not like the commute isn't like killing me anymore, which is fantastic.
Secure that cosmic brick, Coulson, and make sure it gets to the Fantastic Four's lab for analysis.
Yes, sir. Hulk, can you help with some of this debris?
You're calling them cosmic bricks?
They came from the Sky Surfer you encountered. I've given Reed Richards the job of finding out why everyone seems to want them. Thanks for your help, Spider-Man. There's always a place in this operation for a hero like you.
Like I have time for that. I've got a trigonometry exam tomorrow. My aunt needs me to pick up a dozen eggs, and I'm drowning in angst.
So, who's behind all this? What exactly are they up to? And will it cut into my hot tub time?
I don't know, I wish I knew, and yes. Tony, get back to Stark Tower and try to get me some answers.
I just kind of wanted to fill you guys in on like what I've been doing at my job and like where I work, because I know a lot of you guys were curious about it, and so I mean I figured you guys deserved it. So I apologize if there were some awkward cuts with the cutscenes and stuff like that. I just recorded the commentary afterwards because I was like, well, I just want to be able to talk and kind of chat with you guys instead of like, because I mean this game's pretty straightforward, you know. I just break things and I build things and I Hulk smash, you know. It's like you guys don't need the live commentary on that kind of stuff. So maybe I'll make more videos for this game if you guys really enjoy it. I mean I'll probably play it anyway just because I like the game, but I just thought this was a pretty neat backdrop for what I wanted to talk about. So thanks so much for watching, guys. If you guys are enjoying these videos, I do really appreciate you leaving a thumbs up, you know, commenting, you know, what you want to see, any particular games you'd like to see, any particular topics you'd like to see me talk about. I'm more than open to any suggestions you guys have, and thanks all so much for all the support and the appreciation that you guys are giving me. I'm going to go enjoy a nice glass of wine, and I'm going to go to bed because it is pretty much super late, and I got a lot of work to do tomorrow. So, deuces.